What's up? Welcome back to my pregnancy journal series. Today I'm going to be talking all about weeks 22 and weeks 23 of my second pregnancy. So like I said in my last video, for the next couple of weeks I'm probably going to combine at least 2 weeks and talk about them, just because I haven't had a whole lot of content to talk about over the last however many weeks it's been, because there just really hasn't been a whole lot going on with this pregnancy. I feel like it's been super quick and uneventful, which is definitely the way to have a pregnancy be. But for that reason, I don't want to bore you with a bunch of information or a bunch of stuff that's just stupid and pointless. So I am going to combine a couple of weeks at a time so that I'm not just sitting on camera rambling to all of you. Anyways, I'm gonna go into how baby has progressed from like week 22 and week 23. So week 22, baby now weighs about a pound. In the next 5 weeks or so, baby starts to have a major growth spurt. The cerebrum, which is a part of the brain that is responsible for memory, motor skills, and intellect, is preparing to be able to conduct communication between cells. Rapid eye movements, or REM, have begun to occur during her sleep. The hair on her body, the lanugo, it is starting to darken and is even starting to gain some pigment. The bones and organs are still visible through the skin. However, over the next couple of weeks, due to the accumulation of fat that she should be growing, it will be less visible over the next couple of weeks. That's about it for week 22. Week 23, baby is about 1.3 pounds. Her hair is starting to change to the color that it will be at birth. My daughter Vivian was blonde. I guess we'll see what color hair this baby has. So kind of similar to week 22, her weight is just going to continue to increase, and over the next couple of weeks it'll continue to like double and triple. Her lungs are currently developing and preparing to work when she is born. They are producing a substance called surfactant, and that helps keep the lungs from collapsing. Loud noises can start to startle baby, so I could make a loud noise and I could actually probably feel her move, because she may hear that sound and jump. So now that she is growing, there is going to be less space in my uterus, which means less space in my whole abdominal cavity, which means I will probably start getting a little bit less comfortable here pretty soon. That is it for growth and development for weeks 22 and weeks 23. As far as I am feeling and what was going on, so week 22 I actually got my second dose of the COVID vaccine. I got it on a Wednesday, and then I actually worked a Wednesday night and a Thursday night. I ended up taking Tylenol just as a measure to make sure that I didn't get any major symptoms or have any issues. I've heard mixed things about whether or not you should take Tylenol unless you have symptoms, but I knew that I was working for 2 nights after getting the vaccine, and so I just decided I was going to try to ward off any potential negative symptoms. So I did take Tylenol and I felt fine. I had no issues. I was a little bit more tired and felt maybe a little bit achy, but overall I felt pretty good. I'm excited that I was able to get the vaccine, and I'm very grateful that I was able to get the vaccine. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding it because there's not a lot of, well, it wasn't tested on pregnant women, and we don't really know the effects that it has, but we do know that pregnant women are getting very, very sick when they get COVID, especially later in their trimester 3. So I just want to do what was best for me and what was best for my baby, and that was getting the vaccine, and I'm really glad that I did. I do feel like it should be your decision and that you should do your own research and speak to your doctor and decide what you feel is best for you. Outside of getting the COVID vaccine during week 22, not a whole lot else went on. In week 23, I had most of the week home, if I remember correctly, and I was able to get into a consistent routine with working out. I have been having a lot of that pelvic pain that I talked about, I think, on the last video. I spoke to my doctor this week about it. I guess that happened during week 23 too. I had a virtual OB visit. So I spoke to my doctor and she wrote me a referral to physical therapy. So I'm waiting to hear from somebody with PT so that I can hopefully get in somewhere and just maybe get some tips, tricks, exercises, things that I can do that can help alleviate some of this discomfort, because it's definitely, it has its days. Some days it hurts more and some days it hurts less, but it's still definitely there. So I feel like having some physical therapy will really help me kind of like figure out what things I can do to make it feel better. I also have a pelvic support brace, but I don't really know if I'm putting it on correctly, so I feel like PT would be really helpful for that reason too. They could kind of help show me how it should be worn and make sure that I'm wearing it correctly so that it's actually effective. I have switched my workouts from doing just like normal workout programs. I have started doing more prenatal focused workouts. I feel like I'm far enough along in my pregnancy, and definitely with my body changing, some of the exercises in the prenatal workouts are just more suited, obviously, for someone who is pregnant. With some of the other workouts that I was doing, I was having to modify quite a few things, and while I don't mind modifying, I just felt like with my pelvic pain, it probably would benefit me more to do a prenatal type workout than to continue modifying non-prenatal workouts. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out really well for me. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot else to update you on. My bump is finally growing, and I feel like I don't just look bloated anymore. I definitely have like a baby bump. I feel her move all the time. Trevor was able to feel her kick twice now. He's not very patient, so he doesn't like to lay there and keep his hand on my belly for very long, so oftentimes he misses it, and then he always says like, oh, I'll feel her kick when she's out, and so he doesn't really take the time to like feel, but he has felt her move twice now, so that's been exciting. And she kicks a lot at night, but that is kind of how my daughter was, and I think it's because I work midnights and I'm up a couple times during the night a week anyways, so like they get into this, or she gets into this like routine, and I just feel like I feel her move a lot more at night, and I feel her all through the day though, so that has been fun. The movement is still cute and innocent, and I am not too uncomfortable yet. So I stepped on the scale this morning also, and I think I have gained 20 pounds total so far. So I'm okay with that weight gain. I feel like at this point with my daughter, I had definitely gained more. I was like in the 30 pound range, so I'm already a little bit less than what I was with my daughter, which is good. Like I said, I'm hoping to only gain about 35 pounds. With my daughter, I gained 50. So I know that at the end of the day, I can get it off, but to me, it's like, why? I don't need to gain all of that weight. I will gain the weight that is appropriate for baby, but I don't need to gain a bunch of extra weight just because I'm pregnant. So other than that, I think that's about it for the update. I'm gonna give you a quick look at how my bump is progressing. Here is a look at my bump progression. I am at the end of week 23, beginning of week 24 right now. So here is how my bump is growing. Got more of a baby in there now. That is my bump. That is where we are at with my bump. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I will link all of the previous week's videos in the description box below so you can check them out if you have not already. And don't forget to hit subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video on next Monday. So have a good one. Bye.